Hey, and welcome back to the channel. It's Magic Mike. We are out here in Loxahatchee working on an addition to a property where we already did a 1,000 square foot metallic floor. We got the Magic Mike truck set up, and I got the guys in here getting it all prepped. We have Ishmael on the 20-inch Lavina, and Antonio and Mauricio are both going to be using the hand grinders to do the edges and the skirts. And yeah, stay tuned for the process. So the floor is finally all prepped. We're getting our moisture vapor barrier prepared to go down. All the cracks were patched. We put this down at about 100 square feet a gallon and really get it into the concrete using the rollers. The next day we're going to come back with our swing sander, which I have a diamond blade brush on. I like to use this because it really just scratches the epoxy really quickly, gives you a very nice scratch pattern, and allows you to process a large slab of epoxy pretty quickly utilizing the machine. As you can see, it just spins and spins and spins right on a swing sander. Very easy attachment to add on. It does a great job preparing epoxy for whatever's next. After that, we always go through and micro mop, vacuum, and hit it with acetone to get it nice and clean. We patched all the floor one more time, and then we laid our first base coat down at about 100 square feet a gallon. The next day we're back and we're sanding again. As you can see, the floor looks a lot more brilliant, and you can see what happens to unstable UV epoxy when it's left out. It immediately yellowed very quickly, and that spot there was covered with a piece of tape. Once that's done, we're back to get ready for preparation. We micro mop, we acetone mop, and then we're about to start pouring out our black base coat in preparation for metallic floor. I like to always go white first because it brings out the bubbles, and then I like to go black second for the base coat because it allows a nice beautiful coat depending on what style of metallic you're going to be putting down. So we have everything nice and cleaned again one more time, and we're going to get ready to start dropping the metallic.
What's up, everybody? Magic Mike.
Little PSA.
Got the peak safety, Clean Air Pro. About to drop some black metallic. Super important to take care of your lungs. It's something that I neglected for a long time, wearing half mask, the little filter mask, and the reality is I want to watch my daughter walk down the aisle. I want to be able to take care of my kids. I want to be there for my wife. I want to be all of those things, you know. So it's a good investment. If you're working in epoxy, take care of yourself. Reach out to Peak Safety. Coupon code Magic Mike, you get a little bit off. You know, I'm not getting anything. I just want to see people protect themselves a little bit better with a freaking fantastic unit. Double carbon filters, super cool. You'll love it.
Okay, and we're back mixing up the black epoxy base. We spin these up for 3 to 4 minutes with a single pod and a standard cure epoxy. Once that's blended up, I like to put this down at about 100 square feet a gallon and get ready for the metallic coat. This process doesn't take very long, about 20 minutes every 400 square feet, so this should take us about an hour or so to install. We got our nice gold shoes all cleaned up. Got my peak safety on. I got my guys going around just cutting in all the edges, and then we flood the internal space with the rest of the product, do a nice back roll, and leave us with a nice beautiful black floor that's ready for the metallic coat. When I'm doing these coats, I like to use the squeegee, a metered squeegee. It just moves it out exactly what we need, and then back roll it. And then once it's all dried up, we're going to get back to sanding it one more time. This time I like to sand it with the diamond brush and then put on a 100 grit pad just so I have a super beautiful nice floor to do my metallic. Much of what I do involves marketing, and here you can see me working with a company shooting a video, and yeah, I messed it up a couple times, but we finally got it right. So back to the metallic floor. We have everything sanded twice, mopped, squeegeed, vacuumed, acetone mopped, and then here I am pouring out a blob pattern style where I pour everything out. This product has excellent working time, and then I come back, do a little magic, and here's the result just after we finish. So this is still wet, still moving, still blending, and here in a second we'll get a good first look at what this style of metallic floor what you can expect for a client. Such a beautiful outcome. Different blues, blacks. You always get tertiary colors when the colors blend together. Some grays come out. The whites with the blacks with the blues all just makes this organic, beautiful, blending, metallic, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful floor. So I hope you like what I've been able to accomplish here. We're going to just cruise around. You can see the reflection in the floor. It's basically a big, large sheet of glass. In these floors, you can expect minor imperfections. Sometimes a little bit of rippling, sometimes a bug, sometimes dust or debris will adjust the way that the floor looks while it's curing, because we're pouring out, this was 60 gallons of epoxy or so, and sometimes with that, you get a little mistake here and there. And overall, 10 out of 10 project by Magic Mike. Right now we're moving into the finishing stage. We are putting on a T2 top coat. I have Ishmael here with a DeWalt pump sprayer, which is great for the product that goes in it, which is T2 from Primera. He's spraying down a little bead, and I'm going back and forth with a microfiber mop. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this up a little bit so that you guys can see the process. But if you want to slow it down at any point, you can just hit stop and kind of get a better idea of exactly what we're doing. For me, I like a good clean microfiber mop, 20 inch or 18 inch, the DeWalt sprayer, booties on a nice clean floor. You're not going to be sanding before you do this. You're just literally doing the metallic. I give it 2 days so it can cure up so that we can walk on it without putting any indentions. Then put the top coat. And then once we're all done, I generally like to come back and do the front lip area of the garage with a matching flake. This one I believe we use carbon in order to make it look nice, complete, and finished. So yeah, here's the process. Here's the final peak with the T2 top coat all completed. And tomorrow I'll come back, do one more check just to make sure that everything's good. Here is that happening now. Everything looks beautiful. Came back, got a couple of pictures on the floor, finished up the front lip, so it was beautiful. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. Magic Mike Epoxy, over and out.